Right now, millions of American retirees are sitting on a financial time bomb, and most of them have absolutely no idea it's about to go off. This isn't a rumor. This isn't some fringe theory. The numbers are real. The crisis is confirmed, and the people who depend on their pensions the most are the ones who are going to be hit the hardest. If you're retired, approaching retirement, or you have a parent or grandparent living on a pension, stop what you're doing and watch this entire video. Because what's about to happen in 2026 could permanently change the retirement landscape in America, and the window to protect yourself is closing fast. Here's something that will shock you. Over 10 million Americans are currently enrolled in multi-employer pension plans, and more than 100 of those plans are already considered critical and declining. That's the technical term regulators use when a pension fund is projected to run out of money entirely within the next 20 years. Some of them will be insolvent within the next 5. And here's the part that really stings. These aren't irresponsible people. These are truck drivers, construction workers, miners, teachers, people who worked their entire lives, who made a deal with their employers and their unions, and who were promised a check every single month when the work was done. That promise is now in danger of being broken on a massive scale. But wait, it gets worse. Because the agency that was supposed to be the safety net, the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation, the PBGC, is itself under pressure. It has accumulated billions in long-term obligations, and while recent legislation bought some time, experts are already warning that without a dramatic structural fix, the crisis has only been delayed, not solved. So let me ask you something. If the backup plan for your backup plan is also failing, what exactly is left? Here's why 2026 is the year everything shifts. Several major pension funds that received emergency stabilization funding under recent federal legislation are now entering their critical review periods. That means the government is about to take a hard look at whether those bailout dollars actually worked, or whether the plans are still quietly heading toward collapse, and the early indicators are not good. On top of that, Social Security is facing its own mounting pressure. The Social Security Trust Fund, which tens of millions of retirees depend on, is projected to face significant depletion challenges in the coming decade. If Congress doesn't act, automatic benefit cuts could hit American seniors far sooner than most people expected. Now, here's the hidden piece that almost nobody is talking about: inflation. Even retirees who feel financially stable right now are quietly losing ground. When your pension check stays the same but your groceries, your prescriptions, and your utility bills keep climbing, you're effectively taking a pay cut every single month. And for retirees living on fixed income, that silent erosion is already destroying financial security in real time. This is the triple threat facing American retirees in 2026: pension insolvency, Social Security uncertainty, and relentless inflation, all hitting at the exact same time. And most people haven't even been told that all three exist simultaneously. So what actually happens when a pension fund runs dry? When a pension fund officially fails and gets taken over by the PBGC, here's the reality that retirees face. The PBGC does not guarantee your full pension. For multi-employer plans, the maximum guaranteed monthly benefit is capped. And for many retirees who were promised $2,000, $3,000, or even $4,000 a month, the PBGC might only cover a fraction of that. For a retiree who spent 30 years earning a pension of $3,500 a month, that could mean waking up one day and suddenly receiving $1,000 or less. Try paying your mortgage, your medications, and your grocery bills on that kind of drop. And unlike private bankruptcy, you don't get to renegotiate. You don't get to appeal. The decision is made above you, by regulators and administrators who are managing thousands of cases at once. You are one name on a very long list. This has already happened to real Americans. Former coal miners, former grocery workers, former Teamsters, people who retired with confidence and then watched their monthly income get slashed by 50, 60, sometimes 70%. Overnight. The question is, are you next? And more importantly, is there anything you can actually do about it? There is. But first, you need to understand one more piece of this puzzle that almost nobody is connecting right now. Everyone talks about private pension plans. But here's the story that's flying completely under the radar. State and local government pension systems, the ones covering millions of teachers, firefighters, police officers, and public employees, are collectively underfunded by an estimated $1 trillion or more. That is not a typo. $1 trillion. Several states are already in critical condition. Illinois, Kentucky, New Jersey, and Connecticut are among the worst-funded state pension systems in the country. And unlike private plans, when a state pension fails, there is no PBGC safety net. There is no federal insurance. There is no backstop. Retirees are left entirely at the mercy of state legislatures that are already stretched thin and fighting budget battles from every direction. Some states have already begun quietly cutting benefits, adjusting cost of living increases, raising the retirement age retroactively for current employees, shifting more burden onto workers and retirees who had absolutely no say in the decision. And here's the cruel irony. Many of these retirees don't collect Social Security because they were part of state pension systems that were supposed to replace it. If those pensions collapse, they have nothing else to fall back on. That is the situation right now, in 2026, across this country. And the people most at risk are the ones who were most responsible, who saved, who worked, who followed every single rule. So what do you actually do? This is the part most videos skip over. They'll scare you and leave. We're not going to do that. First, know the status of your plan. If you're in a multi-employer pension, you have the right to request a funding status notice from your plan administrator every year. If your plan is listed as critical or critical and declining, you need to know that right now, not when the letter arrives telling you your benefit has been reduced. Second, don't assume Social Security is the fallback. Start understanding exactly what your estimated Social Security benefit is and when it makes the most strategic sense for you to claim it. Every year you delay claiming between age 62 and 70 can increase your monthly benefit by up to 8% annually. That math matters enormously when your pension is already at risk. Third, diversify your income streams before you need to. If all of your retirement income runs through one channel, one pension, one check, you are dangerously exposed. Whether it's a part-time income source, a Roth conversion strategy, or maximizing other savings vehicles, having more than one financial leg to stand on is no longer optional. It's survival. And fourth, stay informed. The laws around pension reform are changing. Congress has considered multiple pieces of legislation in recent years, and new proposals are always on the table. The retirees who protect themselves are the ones who see policy shifts coming before they happen, not after. The pension crisis in America is real, it's accelerating, and it is not going to fix itself. But knowledge is power, and the fact that you've watched this video all the way to this point already puts you ahead of millions of people who have no idea what's coming. Drop a comment below and tell me, are you in a pension plan? Are you worried about what 2026 is going to bring? I read every comment and I want to make sure we're covering the topics that actually matter to your situation. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone you know who is retired or getting close. This is the kind of information that can genuinely change someone's financial future, and they may never find it on their own. Subscribe to USA Pension Insider if you haven't already, because the next video is going to cover exactly how some retirees are legally protecting their pension income even inside a failing plan, and the federal protections most people have never been told they have. You'll want to see that one. We'll see you there.